What's up, you guys? Welcome to my podcast, All Things Health. Today we're going to be talking about rare and unusual medical conditions, and I am looking forward to getting into it with you guys because let me tell you, this stuff is weird. It's weird. Let's get into it. Sorry this episode ended up being just a little late. We were having some technical issues, and I swear this keeps happening. It's like I pay for something and then it just stops working like as good as it was working before I started paying for it. And I swear it's like all of them. So trying to figure out how to get this to work, but just working with me and being patient is something that I appreciate. So thank you so much for tuning on in still, even though I'm late. This episode isn't going to be super long, but I'm really excited because I was really I was going down rabbit holes with all of these because I had to look more and more into them. But then I realized if I actually expanded on each of these, this would be such a long episode. And you guys might actually enjoy a long episode, who knows? But not today. Okay, not today. Not with all these issues going on and already recording once and it just deleting on me and not today. So we're just going to do this episode and we're not going to expand on this stuff very much, but it's really exciting and it's really cool. I'm your host, Mary Mitchell, and you and I need to be best friends if you have heard of any of these rare medical conditions, because you be smart. You heard of these. Have you ever heard of exploding head syndrome? Exploding head syndrome. Have you heard of that? I haven't heard of it, but it's happened to me, and it's not a real head explosion. You would think with the name, why would they name it something like that when people freak out all the time over things? Well, exploding head syndrome is not your head actually exploding, okay? I promise you that it's not what it is. It's not caused by your teenager's report card, or 47 tabs on the Chrome computer opened up. Of course, us women have about 147 tabs, if not more, opened up in our brain. But that's a whole nother story, isn't it? So what is exploding head syndrome? It's a parasomnia. It's like a sleep-related condition that many people get, surprisingly. I myself have experienced this. So you can see, it seems like all of a sudden when you're sleeping and you're getting into that, I think maybe the REM sleep, you all of a sudden see a light. And I swear I've seen, it's like somebody is shining a flashlight in your eyes when your eyes are closed. And you're opening your eyes real quick, what was that? And there's nothing. There's no light. And you're was I about to just be abducted by aliens? Come get me, please. Take me out of here. Nope, wasn't that. It was just this weird exploding head syndrome. And the other things that can come with it is a gunshot type sound, like a big boom. And it's as you're falling asleep, so just a huge boom, and then you wake up and you think a gunshot happened or maybe a car accident, and you're just what was that? And you wake up and your cat's still sound asleep, or your dog, or your spouse and your children. Everyone's sound asleep still except for you, and you're didn't anyone else hear that? No, it was just exploding head syndrome. Your head didn't really explode, but it exploded in your head. So that's exploding head syndrome. That's crazy, right? It's so many different things, and doctors don't know what causes it. They just know that it's a sleep-related type condition. So one very rare and unusual medical condition. Your next condition almost sounds like it's made up. Okay, when I was reading about this, I was like, what? So this is called alien hand syndrome. Imagine your hand being its own entity. Say you're I want some of these chips, and you go to reach for the chips and your other hand's no. And you didn't have control over it all. Your hand slapped your other hand. Rude. So what is alien hand syndrome? Well, it's not like exploding head syndrome, and it's not you getting abducted by aliens, and it's not them taking over your hands. Okay, so that's not what it is. So what is it? It's when there is damage in your corpus callosum, and your corpus callosum is a thick bundle of nerve fibers that connects the left and the right hemispheres of the brain, allowing them to communicate. And it plays a crucial role in various functions, including movement and control and your cognitive functions as well. And this is real, folks. Your hands may actually pick up things without you knowing, or unbutton your shirt without you knowing. Can you imagine sitting in a restaurant or something and all of a sudden somebody's like unbuttoning their shirt and they have no control over that. That'd be crazy. I feel bad for them. We'll pray for them. Anyways, that's what alien hand syndrome is, okay? And it's real. It's crazy. There's no cure, and it's very rare, but it can occur and be caused by a brain surgery, strokes, or trauma. So your next rare and unusual medical condition is one that I had to watch the name of how to say it. Here's the video of that first. Trimethylaminuria.
Trimethylaminuria.
That was fun, wasn't it? Trimethylaminuria. Say that 3 times. Trimethylaminuria, trimethylaminuria, trimethylaminuria. Okay, so that means fish odor syndrome. You smell like fish. That's when Afro-Man walked past the fish market and... So this one's heartbreaking and stinky. It's a rare and genetic condition where your body cannot break down the trimethylamine, I believe. Trimethylamine. What is trimethylamine? It's a compound that's rotten fish eggs and or garbage water. Alright, I had to look it up. Trimethylamine. It's an organic compound with the formula. It is a trimethylated derivative of ammonia. A TMA is widely used in industry at higher concentrations. It has an ammonia-like odor and can cause necrosis of mucous membranes on contact. At lower concentrations, it has a fishy odor, and the odor is associated with rotting fish. So your body has a hard time breaking down that compound. So instead of excreting it silently, the body, it releases it in sweat, breath, and urine, and it smells like fish. And it's not people's fault, okay? They can smell extremely fishy even if they've showered. So they could like shower and scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub, and they're still going to smell like fish. And it's not just down there, and it's not just on women, okay? Men, people, y'all. If you start smelling like fish anywhere, go to the doctor, because you might have a problem going on. Could be that, trimethylaminuria. Now we have another thing that we're sweating out. It's called chrome hydrosis. Okay, let's get even more crazy with our conditions. Chrome hydrosis. What is chrome hydrosis? Well, some of us, most of us, we sweat clear. Clear sweat. See-through. Clear. Translucent. Other people who have chrome hydrosis, sweat the rainbow. So instead of tasting the rainbow, we're sweating the rainbow. So basically what I'm trying to say is chrome hydrosis is a condition where you sweat color. Red, blue, green, black. I know black isn't in the rainbow, but you can sweat black too. So it's a medical condition, and you can sweat color instead of sweating clear like most people do. So how is chrome hydrosis caused? Well, it's a condition where people excrete a thing called lipofuscin. We'll just say that. And it builds up in your sweat glands, and it's more often seen in the face or the armpits, and it's very rare, but it's quite fabulous if you think about it. Like, can you imagine going for a jog or something and you're wearing a light colored t-shirt, and then all of a sudden it's like turning blue, and you're like, why is it? Like, you tie-dyed your shirt with your own sweat. You don't even need the color, man. You just tie-dye it with your sweat. See, not so bad. Now, there's no known cure for this, and some people have said that they've taken Botox injections to help them, so maybe that's something that they would look into for you, and it would just basically help limit your sweating. So, fashion and function. It's like Lisa Frank meets dermatology. Apparently there was somebody who was known about this, having had this condition, and they sweat yellow and blue. It's like the sun and the ocean. I hope they're okay though, really. Have you ever had a craving for ice or dirt or anything like that? This is good. Maybe chalkboard eraser? Well, this is a disorder called pica. And in this disorder, it's where people compulsively eat non-food items. And it's other things such as paper, soap, clay, or even metal, hair, toilet paper. And a lot of people get these cravings when they're pregnant too, because we get weird cravings during pregnancy. Some people crave that, and so it's called pica. And this can stem from mineral deficiencies such as iron, zinc. It could be linked to stress, pregnancy, like I said before, or it can also be linked to some mental health conditions as well. In some extreme cases, people have eaten nails, they've eaten glass, and even remote controls. I don't know how you would swallow a remote control. Like, can you imagine, like, Susan, where did the remote go? I don't know, Frank. I know I had something for dinner that was a little hard, and every time I hiccup, the channel changes, but I don't know where the remote went. I think Susan ate the remote because she has pica. Seems to me that she needs to go see a doctor and get some help for that. A woman's even chewed through a couch. Like, no judgment, super good commitment. Yes, but I'm just going to say, I don't know if there's a cure for this. I have no idea. I know you could probably go to like therapy or something, but definitely no judgment. It's a health condition. It's rare and unusual. That's why we're here. We're talking about those kind of conditions, guys, and that is one of them, pica. When you're eating hot soup and you're like, you're so desperate to eat it because you're so hungry and maybe you're cold, and you take a bite of your soup and you like burn your mouth. Like, that's such an annoying feeling, right? And it burns sometimes for hours, and you even get like bubbles on the roof of your mouth, right? Like, now imagine feeling that all day, every day. This, my friends, is called burning mouth syndrome, and it is another rare and unusual health condition. It's a chronic condition where people feel a burning sensation in their mouth, tingling, numbness as well. And there's literally like nothing visible. There's no visible rash, no visible irritation, no visible injury. It's more like seeming possibly to be in the nerves or something, but it is a continuous tingling, numbing, burning sensation that you feel in your mouth, and that is called burning mouth syndrome. This is often linked to things such as menopause, stress, or over damage, and it can make everyday lifestyle very difficult, especially eating food. Imagine drinking a smoothie and feeling like you just drank pepper sauce, or eating like a donut and having it being like a spicy donut. And you can never get rid of this. I don't know if there's a cure. I couldn't find that there was. I'm sure there's things that you can do to ease it, possibly, like the pain and the feeling, but it's another rare and unusual medical condition, guys. Okay, so I might have lied. There's a few little ones that I want to tell you guys about, but I'm not going to elaborate on them. So I'm going to call this the bonus round. So let's rapid fire a few strange ones before we wrap up, okay? Here we go. And I have a list, so I'm going to be looking over here. Let's see here. Okay, so I had to look some up. I'm not going into detail like I did the other ones, but I'm just spouting them off, right? Tree man syndrome. Wart-like growths that cover the skin and grow like tree bark. Nature's cosplay. Laughing death, also known as Kuru, a deadly Chiron disease with uncontrollable laughter, found in the cannibalistic tribes, not so funny when it hits. So that's what that says for this laughing death syndrome. Stone man syndrome is known as muscles turning to bone, and it becomes impossible to move over time, the real life statue effect. So it is called stone man syndrome. Your muscles start turning to bone. How crazy is that? And then we have foreign accent syndrome. After brain injury, some people actually suddenly have a change in their accent, and they start speaking foreign languages, like foreign accents, and all of a sudden they think they're French and they can't speak their normal language that they used to speak in. They're just speaking a whole nother language, and they didn't even have to do Rosetta Stone for that. They just can speak it. And sometimes it can come back, sometimes it doesn't. You can get therapy on it. And last but not least, jumping Frenchmen of Maine, a condition where people overreact dramatically to sounds or surprises. Boom! So, like, you know, you're coming around the corner and you're scaring, you know, little Karen over here. Just like, bang! She's like, overreacting a little bit to that noise, guys, okay? That is jumping Frenchmen of Maine. And those are our bonus round for some rare and unusual medical conditions. If your hand is misbehaving, your shirt all of a sudden is tie-dye because your sweat is colored, if you think your mouth is on fire, you might just be starring in your own reality show of rare medical conditions with your own episode of What the Hell Is That? Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep those body parts in line. Keep listening to All Things Health, and yes, I'll be checking for my sweat to see if it's going to be glittering, you know, glittery pink maybe tonight. Maybe I'll tie-dye my own shirt with my own sweat. Try to pronounce that again. I don't even remember how to say it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. But for real, these health conditions remind us that health is complex and the brain is bananas, you guys, okay? It's bananas, and sometimes science is just plain weird. I hope you guys enjoyed my episode. Like, subscribe, share, talk about me. I don't care. Just get my name out there, guys. Mary Mitchell, All Things Health. Until next time, you guys, I will also be coming out with another Sunday episode of my mini episode for my digital cookbook, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to cook, so we'll be announcing that a little bit later on this week. And I will also see you guys on Monday for another full episode of All Things Health. Have a great week, guys. Thanks.